Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Happy holidays from us. And we're wishing you happy holidays. And we'd like to say thank you for being in a good time here. And today we look at what we're going to be talking about today. The revelation came in about the evolution. It is the best killer. And we talked about this evolution. We talk about discussions about all this, and through the discussion of these revelations, that as we evolving, we are moving from things. We are moving from what is the damage, the trauma, and so and going on. We actually evolved, and we evolved. We fix ourselves. We getting better. We become these examples of these evolutions, and the evolutions becomes the ultimate healer because when you see this perspective within yourself, you're finding that that energy of the evolutions that lift you up, brought you on a new level. Actually, what it is, it allows you to let it go and heal of what was holding you down, and you're understanding the evolution came as a disguise as the ultimate healer. And this is what we are going to be talking about today. Hi, Lorna. Welcome here. And
This camera is a little bit low, but I think it's
okay, yeah,
you
you
can
can.
just adjust because we had last minute tweet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi Lorna. Hey, it's good. No, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, what we're discussing is sometimes in this journey you're gonna be looking for ways to help yourself to heal yourself. So you're gonna be going and switching, let's say your spiritual guides or even your therapists. You're gonna be going from person to person, but then it may happen that until you really accept that's where the evolution wants to take you, you're not gonna be able to break those cycles because it's gonna be, yes, you're gonna be trying to dig in the issue what's really going on, but then you may not want to accept really what are the things that are being brought to you, that some of those things that are happening in your life, they, yes, you can talk it through with people, you can try to work it out, but it's just really asking you just to accept, because very often this evolution will be causing you some unexpected twists in your life, and it's all that it's asking you is to accept, to go with the flow and see what is on the other side of this broken cycle or just broken relationship or whatever it's meant to be ended or shifted or adjusted. Because very often I have a sense that we try to get out, like get with the situation and just maybe accept something or overcome this and solve the issue with someone, but at the same time we are missing this core and still there is a little bit of this resistance. So I think, I'm not saying that it's wrong to reach out for help because it's very useful and necessary sometimes, but just to be mindful that sometimes, like, this is also one of those steps, like, are you really accepting that you're on this evolutionary path and know that your life will be changing, will be adjusting, and some people will be falling from your life and some things will be falling off. So that's something that's for everyone who is doing their work. It's just additional hint to make sure and double check if you're really removing this resistance from never ending adjustment process as you go along. Thank you for
Thank you. Yeah. Uh, love this
apparently
words.
next week is already after Christmas, so that was the day.
That was the day to wearing a dust for Christmas. So yeah, and about the evolution as a ultimate killer, you're gonna be looking at the journey as a twin flame. Particularly when you go to the twin flame soulmates, to the spiritual connections. Of that standpoint, when you see during the awakening how broken things were, how broken the world is, how we haven't understood everything that was there for us, and how the evolutionary process that it's awakening from within us is triggers everything that it was not healed. You look at your journey within the twin flames. You look at your journey and the soul path. You look at the journeys in there, and you finally realize that as you go and you are working on a certain position, certain issues in there, you finding that the evolutions was pulling you up. It's kind of like we stated that the evolution has no mercy. Yeah, the evolution should have no mercy because she wants to fix you of everything you feel in pain. The this problems that drains you, these situations that doesn't work, people that don't work, everything that it's out there that it's not working, and it creates you to not to evolve. It brings you to evolve, and when you evolve, you heal whatever it is. For some of the people, this could be a traumatic events. For some of the people, this could be an addictions in there. For some of the people, this is going to bring in at that new level that they already knew that they have. But as evolution comes in as a process, it triggers everything. You might not gonna like it in the first time. You may not gonna love it in the first time. People will gonna be misunderstand you and so forth. You keep going forward. And when you're following the natural path of the evolution there, you finding out that through that path of evolution, you work, you healed, you did this quantum healing within yourself because you start healing from spirituality, you're healing your emotions, you're healing your energies, you're healing your relationships, communications, talks. You become that ultimate personality within yourself as you work that out. And then the evolution is coming like, okay, there is a little bit more. Sometimes you're gonna be feel like a squeezed lemon. Accept that. If you have anger, agitations, doubts, shadows, and all that stuff, oh yeah, the evolution is gonna squeeze them up. It's like, oh yeah, you got more. You got some more left in there. But with that process, the healing, and when you finding that peace, you really getting into that was your ultimate healer, and you understanding the process that you went through. You are gonna be thankful for that, and we are so thankful about this evolutionary process with this.
Like, I was just thinking when you were speaking, those moments when you decide to change something and you know that all the ways are not working anymore, and then finally when things are starting to shift, you may be angry, like why is it going this way? Like I was thinking it should be resolved, but in my ideal case scenario it was totally different, and I was just having this very strong voice in my head. It's like it's you causing it. It's you who is causing this shift of events just because you wanted it. So it's like kind of maybe staying more patient with the process and just understanding like who is really standing behind those shifts in your life. It's like your higher self tries to guide you on the right path, and it's because maybe it's coming to remind people that sometimes we just tend to put some negativity towards the process, and any negativity is always causing additional resistance because they like to blame, oh my god, those are external events that go against me. And if you really try to remind yourself that it's you who is in your kind of joining your higher self within this journey, like you're working together, like all you can do is either follow those instructions or resist them. And that causes a lot of pain because it's like, yes, you can always try to force those events your way, but then it will be painful because there is this optimal timeline. The way I understand that it's very beneficiary for you to follow this path and not resist. It's like, yes, things may not go your way as you imagined, but if you see, and especially this is a tip, like maybe how to recognize that. I truly believe that things should go smoothly. It doesn't mean that it's easy all the time, but it should feel like a chain of events instead of storm after storm after storm. Sometimes we just like to resist those things, and that's what it's causing it. Like, it's like the universe wants to adjust your life, but you keep resisting. Like, instead of going the flow, you will be choosing running away from the problems, and it's gonna be like piling up the problem. So I think a little bit of this collaboration, or just this sense that there is some power that is helping you to get through the process, and just acknowledging it instead of maybe getting angry or aggravated or any of that. And that includes blaming other people. We like to say, oh, my life is so miserable because of you, because of this person I have in my life, and it's toxic, and that's his or her fault. But really, like, who is accountable, right? Like, it's just, it really, instead of trying to find someone or something to blame, instead of that, try to cooperate with those events as you have in life, to see, okay, there is always a way forward. it may get it may not be obvious at the first place, but always, when you train yourself just to be patient, not judge, and just go with this flow instead of, and again, I think really just putting any lower emotions, they are just postponing the process, because you're creating unnecessary resistance. And it doesn't mean that you have to be in this positive flow all the time, but it's just catching yourself in those moments when you're adding either some grief or some anger towards the process, especially regarding the soul connections. Like, if you have something negative towards the person that you believe, whatever was your soul connection, it can very backfire towards you, if you will be adding something um, of a really, I would say, low quality or low vibration towards the soul connection. It's like, I don't know what is this mechanism, but it feels like really this is a very bad thing to do. Like, just try to stay neutral with regards to your soul connection, no matter how they are turning out.
That brings a lot of points, darling. When you say that, um, go back to following. When I was listening to you, it was very beautiful. Um, Follow the natural path of events. Okay, because sometimes you're trying to force things, trying to push things. You're trying to use some kind of like a gimmicks and trying to getting into the easy way, and or as the most of the people, they're trying to use this I will call it the words magic in there. How did that go for you? It's not a natural path. Okay, uh, the evolution is going to be asking you to do it naturally. Why? Not that you cannot go around and you can try, you can see what the consequences is after that in there. And this is what the people are not understanding. The proper way is when a natural path of events it follows, and the evolution naturally heals naturally way. Okay, you get this. I hope you get this. This is going to lead you to that internal peace within the soul that you're experiencing here on earth. This is love. Okay, love on a very high level of vibrations and frequencies. And why would Paulina said to you guys, don't think negative about your soul connections? Let me be more specific. I spoke about this before. When you have consciousness exchanges with them, so you have portions of their consciousness within you, their energies, you have these connections, you have these vibes between you and them. When you start thinking about negative about them, it hits you because portion of them is within you. You sending a negative energies towards them, but ultimately that is within you and that hits you. And this is why you trigger all this anxiety, all these aggravations, and you're wondering why this anger comes in. And later on, they feel angry towards you. Well, you send all that anger. You did all that. Please. be mindful that if even if you have something that you need to discuss, you need to resolve, you need to understand proper way. It is the very fashionable way. Talk, communicate. There is no communications. Why there is no communications? There could be no communications because of fear of truth. There could be no communications because of religious, cultures, age, yeah, whatever, social status. Oh, I'm married. He's married. All that crap in there. But unfortunately, what happens in the soul connections in there, you already have these connections within you. You need to understand this connection and let that connections guide you. Okay, you may not have to be with the person. You will know about it when the person that's naturally dissolved. You already will know. Okay, but don't again. We're stressing it here out. Is like, particularly during the holidays. Oh, I'm not with him. He didn't send me a card. He didn't give me a hug. He did not did this. Did not did that. Did you did that for it? Did you send a card? Did you send the hug in there? No, right? And for most of the people here, don't understand it that when you are in an energetic tide connections in there, when you send these negative energies out there, they're gonna be mirrored back. But ultimately, they're gonna harm you because portion of them is you. And this is where you learn not to harm people because you feel the pain that you're sending out towards them within you. And now you're understanding that the evolution is asking you should not do this. And then the evolution is healing this process of let me harm you so you can know how it feels when you harm me. And when you do that, you become that unconditional love. You're not keep passing the old ways. You're doing something great. And the evolutions when it comes in, it brings you up in a higher level of vibrations. And now you're understanding what it's mean to ascend, how to grow with this there. So this is a major healing that you do. You're healing the paradigms that exist here. But the evolution is asking you to evolve from what hurts you, to understand what is going to heal, and then is bring you more and more and more up. And that is required that love in practice with this. So Lorna, this is major healing opportunity. We need to stop blaming. The energy belongs to you, so you may heal it. It's an opportunity and gift. Yes, it's an opportunity and gift because when you heal, you become that example. And that example, as the vibrations, as the energy is passing to others, so they can do it, they can see it, they can ultimately with your partner when you do this, you're gonna be experiencing this in a very beautiful, beautiful way.
Hmm. Now it really comes to me as this neutrality. It's like all of those events that are being orchestrated, like they are neutral. In a core, they are neutral. But then it's like really talking about the gifts. So thanks for the comment, Lorna. If we are talking about the gifts, it's like all of those soul connections that you're being engaged, those are gifts for you. So just imagine if someone just brings you a present, like a gift, and then you will be going all negative towards that and just not happy because it's not the way you wanted, not the way you expected, or it broke sooner than you expected, and you will be putting, instead of the gratitude, you will be putting some grief or anger and those emotions that we were explaining. It's like you're not really targeting the person itself. If anything, you will be targeting their ego, but you're really targeting with your anger and this dissatisfaction the evolution itself. It's like you're saying, like, someone sent you such a beautiful gift and you will say, look, I don't like it, like, just take it away. Why would you even do that? Like, right? So this really, that's causing some twists of events where you cannot see this maybe this core value, why the connection would be coming to you in the first place, and why would you have it orchestrated in the first place. This is this thing, the part that you're trying to see the big picture of the story as soon as possible, because the moment you can do that, you you stop blaming, you stop, mm, maybe those aggravations, because you see, okay, oh, that meant that probably that was this lesson I've come across, and I was not ready, the person was not ready, or maybe we learned everything we were supposed to, but that just brought us to the higher level. And you just, it's like always try to see this other reason why A, someone would be connected to you, and B, why someone would get disconnected. Because if the evolution is involved in this process, and the people choose to part their ways, probably in terms of evolution there was not much more that could be done, or maybe that would be harmful for both people. So right now I just wanted to talk specifically to people who were engaged in the connection and that, let's say, ended abruptly. And then at first it may be very confusing, but then try to see and really step back and see, wasn't it some kind of a protection for you, because that could cause you more harm than necessary. That's one thing. Or maybe there were some certain lessons you were supposed to learn on your own before going into relationship, because for example you may get lost in the connection if your personality is too weak, or there can be many reasons. But really especially for those connections when it didn't work out, I really encourage people try to see that why it really happened, like, because many times there will be some kind of a protection mechanism if you're the one who always was, let's say, on this positive side of the connection. Because of course, like, we have different parts of us to heal, but you may be the person who's doing everything okay within the journey, like you just decided to keep moving forward, but then the connection still will be dissolving. So there might be the case that it's just for your best. So I think that's what I wanted to mention.
Hope you hear her, what she said there. If you guys have so many questions you may ask. What I'm going to be adding into this right now, of particularly with the ways we are. Um, Most people don't want to hear that they gotta let it go of it, and most of the people don't let it go of that connection because that's the most beautiful thing that ever happened to it. Most of the people were not even ready for this connections to be the way it is. The premature unions, the premature actions, the evolution is going to be teaching you on all this. To remind you, there is a three major things that you need to do and master it. Really, that's it. The trust, surrender, and let go. That is those three stages. These three things in evolutions that you need to do. But as the evolution is going to come in and ask you in there, she's going to be kind of like controlling things. If you let it go of something, you're going to get something else. But there is one more thing. If you're not doing the job, it's going to be bring you the same thing over and over until you get over it. There's a moment you're recognizing that there is this repeating patterns that the evolution is coming because you're acting in the same problem of the same way with different people, and then you are blaming the people who has not evolved. Is you. Some of the people are not going to like that. But if you look at with this with yourself, if you evolve with that, you evolve within that, you're going to be start having the connections that you don't act anymore like this. Then you're going to go into the next stage of evolutions with partner because previously you abandoned the partner, previously you blamed the partner, previously you did everything. Now you're understanding because the evolution said like, oh, you're ready now to really cooperate with a partner, not controlling, not manipulating, not blaming, not shaming, not using, not abusing, cooperating. And now, when you start looking at within the cooperations that it's coming, you start cooperating on all the levels, such as is like a vibrational match. Everything begins to line up one after another in a proper way, from up here, from soul, from spirit, to all the way down. Not the other way around, where it's like, okay, first time when we have in the physical, we're gonna sleep together, we're gonna have some aha moments, and yeah, we're all good. Evolution is teaching a different way. And with this different ways in there, the cooperations that begins in there is gonna be a very powerful, because that's what the evolution wants to. Because when you have the cooperations, you healed what prevents the cooperation. You get it? I hope you get it, guys. All right, Lorna wrote something.
Mhm.
You want to get to it?
Yeah. Assumptions and no communication can throw the connection off. You will be asked to let go so the work can be done. Not to sever the connection, but to hold space for them for the next steps. That's what it is. And it's asking you to, there will be communication. Sometimes there won't be any communication. And then all I have to say is when person is ready, they will be communicating, and they will be communicating properly, and you don't have to second guess anything. But it's up to you to hold the space for people who are ready to do that. And the only way to do that is just to just let go of the things that are not this. If there is anything that compromises your the way you want to start building relationships, there is no way that the right people can come to you. Or even if there is in their soul path to suddenly awaken and start doing things properly, they will. But at the same time, you don't know if they are capable to do that. So you have to kind of continuously emanate the same vibration. It's like you know what you want, so you become this, and you don't accept anything less than that, because that's the only way to kind of the filter out, like we were talking about the filtering the weeds. But that's the only really way, because it's we are creating those new patterns. So you are gonna be building something that you haven't maybe experienced before, but you have this internal guidance that will be showing you, oh, this is healthy, this is not healthy. And anything that is unhealthy, some things, yes, the universe will be helping you just to get rid of this stuff, but some of them are based on our choices, and it's what are we choosing for ourselves will be determining what is coming to your life after. And on that note, I wanted to say, when Dio was talking about this, oh, you're gonna be getting new connections when you're breaking the cycles. When you finally see, because you may have three people that you seem to for you very similar, and oh my God, they are all the same. Which one is false? Which one is true? That's what people like to do. But then once you decide to break the cycle completely, not to try to fix something that is broken, it's like instead of working on, how would I say that? I'm seeing this pattern of similar people, and we like to just define them. Which one is my true twin and false twin, instead of really seeing what is broken in there. Because once you focus on those things that are unhealthy and broken, and you decide maybe step away from it, maybe this is not your thing to fix, you may find yourself in this brand new situation or brand new connections that will feel very different, because there is nothing there to fix. This person already did this proper work, so you don't have to attract this unhealthy part or unhealthy personality anymore. And you're gonna be dealing with people who feel different. So that's one of the things that people may find a little bit confusing. But if you're in the soul journey and you decide to work within those soul connections, they may feel different. Like vibrationally, they may not feel as similar, let's say, as your twin. But it doesn't mean that this is not a soul connection, or you shouldn't pursue that. I think we have somehow encoded in our, especially within the spirituality, that when people keep repeating, oh, those connections feel similar, and there's like a false twin and a real twin, and they both feel similar, it's just this trauma or this unhealthy pattern it may feel similar to you, but once you break it, be ready to attract something new, something that you don't know how to predict. That will be some almost like a brand new vibration pattern that you haven't came across. So at first you may need to maybe encourage yourself to explore more, because it may feel, oh my god, I don't know what to expect from this person. I haven't met anyone like this before. But that what I would be encouraging to observe and just really allow those connections to unfold. And I think that's really, it's, I'm talking to people who decided to really break the patterns within the connection, just stop engaging with anything that was unhealthy, and stop looking, is it, oh, is it similar connection, is it my tweet real, false, and all of that. Leave all behind and just really, instead of trying to fix your connection, just really let them fix their things and focus on things that are healthy for you. Hopefully it makes sense. Because that was a little.
Very good points. I'm gonna be here like giving the other side. Okay, Lorna, very good. Kind of like a points that you write it down in there, talking about the assumptions and no communications. I'm gonna start with this. The assumptions that can comes in from what you think the reality is. You assume something without basing out the facts. Sometimes the ego can comes in within the 5D energies and tells you things, but they don't match on the reality. This is why I told the people, whatever you feel about your twin or your twin told you in a 5D, can you verify it in 3D? The answer is no. That right there creates these assumptions and the problems with the proper communications. One of the really proper communications when you're going to have with your software connections with your partner, they kind of like automatically is going to be verified in a 3D. It could be a message, it could be a song, it could be a something that they text. It is like, I feel like this, I sense like this, because you're on the same vibrations match, that the energies travel and it's truth. Okay, and this is one thing you need to be learning the proper way of the communications in there, and dealing with assumptions. You can deal in assumptions on the based out of your past relationships. Be mindful when you hear the words, oh, you are exactly like what happened before. Oh, you're acting the same as the previous one. As the people who have not license from your previous relationships. Oh, you should pay more attention to me. Number one red flag for codependency. Okay, the connection that is gonna comes in is gonna be like, okay, we need to work together and with this, but I also have to give you the freedom so you don't feel suffocated that you constantly have to be with around me. You give freedom to a partner. While the codependency is like, you are mine. You always have to be with me. Wherever I go, be with me, and there is no freedom in that. Okay, we're talking about also the freedom of expression. You allowing yourself to express everything that you need to do in the same way. There's no proper way of communications and assumptions. Yes, I totally agree with you. There's going to be a problems. The work can be done as long as you work on yourself. The intuition of the soul is going to lead you to the evolution of the level of you need to evolve with this, and that's going to tell you how to heal and overcome things that you haven't come. And when you become this new vibrations in there, when you become this new personality in a base of spirituality, then uh, you're totally different. Okay, which is that is the whole idea of this there. Be mindful about severe connections. Sometimes you need to severe connections, and I'll tell you why. When the person is coming, he comes, he gets energy from you, goes away, no communications, no nothing, and so forth. And 3 months after that, come back, have again communications with you, and again takes it, and it doesn't leave you as empty-handed. And with those kind of like of people, don't hold space inside of it. You allow them to live rent free in your head. Okay, look at it. Why you allowing this? Because you're codependent. You're codependent on that person to comes in and gives you just the breadcrumbing, and they live away. They got everything you got, and then it moves out. It's missing the cooperation. When you're missing the cooperations, the evolution is gonna be telling you you cannot work anymore with these people. And this is the moment you need to realize this, that this energy is gonna be dissolved. And it's your part to heal your part of the of codependency that is exist in there. For some of the people, yes, you need to hold space. And let me more clear up here. I want to give you some very good tip. You holding a space for people who work with the evolution, the evolutionary process together with you, and you see them that they are doing something. They're evolving with you and the soul and the spirit and the energies, and they continue improving themselves. You're holding that space because you tell them, hey, go work within you. I'm trusting you. I believe in you. I'm here for you. Okay. You're not going out with other and so forth and so you you really, that's what that's mean. You holding that availability in you for them, so they can comes in and they can constantly communicate. And wherever the evolutions, when it's within two people, it comes in together, is this beautiful mix. Is this beautiful mix of two energies, of two personalities, of two spiritualities, when they comes in together with guidance of the evolutions, and they're beginning to heal these patterns. When they heal it, they moved up, the energies gets better, everything begins in better, and then they follow it for the next step. So you have to be very um, courageous in some of the things that's gonna happen. Okay, because a lot of the people is like, well, the previous was connection was like this. Now I have this connection, but exactly the same thing. Have you look at you? Have you look at you? Your reactions is the same way as the reactions of before. Have you evolved to react a different way? And that's what the evolution is coming to heal. That's what's bringing at these people. That's where it brings these situations is in there that you have. And now when you overcome it, this, when you have this new person that it comes in, and that new person is exactly in the same match. Now the evolution says, like here, you two can work together. Okay, you two can work together, and that is going to begin to be this master healing. You mastering the healing as a process, as a natural process occurrence in life with this.
Mm. Yeah, good
So
points. Yeah, I wanted to add that also this evolution will be asking you maybe to sometimes create a healthy boundaries. It's not always just for you to put up with someone, hold a space, or just be. Yes, you can be neutral towards someone, but also still build your healthy boundaries and say, I don't accept this kind of behavior. Because there is a difference. You can be totally passive and just accept whatever someone is doing towards you, or you can decide to really keep your boundaries or maybe build them finally, because maybe the evolution will be showing you that you just didn't have a proper boundaries and people will go in and out from your life, as Dio was saying. So that's something to keep in mind, that it's okay to let the people go, but at the same time just treat yourself with respect and don't be afraid to create those boundaries and hold them, because the right people will be respecting them and they will be acting based on this basic requirements that are necessary to build those connections in a healthy way. So that would really encourage everyone not to be afraid to kind of stand up for themselves and have some, what do I call it? It's not request, but some basic rules
dignity
or
in a way.
dignity towards yourself that has to be um, held, by you, by anyone who is engaging with you, not to create this over giving or, yeah, it feels like it just needed to be clarified, because people like surrender really doesn't mean just not doing anything and just accepting as it comes to you. Sometimes you have to respond and be more active and say, I don't like it. I cannot have this kind of relationships anymore in my life. So just a little bit of this maybe encouragement to maybe rethink. Maybe it's just about you being a little bit more like you're setting the requirements here, what kind of relationships you want to have in your life, and then the rest will respond accordingly.
Those requirements, the ones that they come in, you're going to find that the evolution is going to bring them to you. Those boundaries. We're talking about healthy boundaries. The evolution is going to set the stage for those boundaries because she says, like, if this person doesn't act this, if you're not acting like this and this, if this is not it, it's kind of like a requirement. Okay, and those requirements they're coming for a high soul level vibrations that is there. It's like if you have not overcome your agitations, if you have not overcome your anger, if you have not overcome this, I'm bringing at those situations to test you. Once you get into this level, you're understanding that evolutions is set up those healthy boundaries. Okay, otherwise you have that little orange light inside of your head that says like you pay attention to this. Something you need to talk. You don't want this view become red. Okay, it's kind of like a red light that is affecting you. This with you paying attention, and the evolution is telling you. Evolution is coming in and tells you within your soul, in the intuitions in there within your head is like, why are you acting like this? Why are you still acting premature? You're supposed to be a ascended human being. You already know how the things are. You have the education, you have the knowledge. You're missing the practice. Change it. Accept it in there. But at the same time, don't allow this to be as a um, because we as a human we like to use the others. We like to take from others. We like to control. Okay, one of the biggest problems the humans we have it is letting go of the control. And when you can't get out the control to the evolutions process, and you understand that, oh, well, that's beautiful now. I'm seeing it, what I need to do. I'm understanding the next stage, what it is. I understand what is the left corner. Now we got to turn right. Now we got to turn left. Now we're going there, and you flow in the river of life. Okay, you're flowing within the energies. You're part of it. You're becoming a part of the evolutionary process, and that's how you ascend. Okay, but also you need to understand that if the person that you are with it, if they're on the same level with you, they're going to be on the same boat with you in the river of life. But if they're not, if they're sabotaging the boat, if they're all the time freaking out and scary and shaking the boat and you're not moving, all the time makes this dramas and traumas and craziness and oh I need this, oh I need that, stop the boat here. Oh you should have stopped the boat one more time and all that stuff, then guess what? The evolution is like you guys not following. There's something is not right here. And sometimes you need to understand that the soul connection is soul connection, okay? It exists, it is right there. But when there is a negative energies, when there is a, even if there is any way of emotional, psychological, energetic harm there, okay, guys, have the boundaries. Because advanced human being soul doesn't do the harm, doesn't take, it gives. Okay, is you to evolve. It's like okay, take it, go out there, do that. It's the right time. Okay, but when the two people there in the boat, all right, and they are both have their oars in the water, and they are both synchronizing, to bringing that right, the boat moves straight. Okay, not like the one pulling in the one way and the other pulling the other way. You're going to be going around in circles. Okay, you should try it. You get two people in the boat, and the one goes one directions with the pedal, and the other goes with the other directions. Pedal. You guys gonna see what it is. Okay, or have the one person all the time in the boat. Yeah, well, he's gonna get tired. While the other person, yeah, right. You will see it. You will see what we're talking about with this. Okay, but listen, the evolution is where it's telling. First of all, okay, and don't lie to yourself. Oh, the evolution told me this. Are you sure? Because you both are going to feel the evolution is what it's telling you. Your both evolution is going to be telling you, okay, let's work it out on this problem. You may have your vision, you may have your ideas, I mean, that's right. You still have this little manipulation for manifestations. You guys know what I'm talking about? Because that's kind of like at the fine level of the finest level of control. But when you pointing out to this, when you understand what's going on within the 3D, wherever you are with the connection, you're like aha moments, because the evolution tells them both to here. That is what's going on right now. That's what's going on with these situations. And 10, you're going to be clear the assumptions. You're going to have a clear communications. Okay. You don't have to sever the connection because the connection it's work on its own by the evolutionary process. And 10, you're holding the space until the things are getting into the next step. And then you're holding the steps and the next step and the next step. And then the love kicks in and both of you go on in the next step. Sometimes the things you won't get are like you can pass new next steps on 1 hour, in 1 hour, quickly, just like that. You're clicking in and there, and things are moving forward. And that is it, the beauty. But remember it. You are two guys in a boat paddling same directions. Okay? So,
Now it's coming to me, why so many people have issues with just bringing those higher level unions into 3D. And it's like we just like to be so focused on one specific expression of this 3D soul connection. So it's like mm, you can imagine that multiple people can hold the same frequency or be able to express the source within their own body. But then if you're really focused on one specific person and they just cannot embody this source energy in a proper way here on earth, it's like 5D cannot go into 3D through this person. If you're gonna be sticking to a specific vision that you have in your mind, you're risking that those 5D or whatever higher energies, they will not be able to manifest in 3D just because the person is not powerful, it's not capable of holding those higher vibrations with you together. So that's the way I see it. Like that's the reason why we could have so many beautiful connections, but people are getting stuck on this 3D realm, and they think, oh, that's my whatever, that's my person, that's my connection that has to continue with me. Well, just imagine those higher energies that are being piled up, and they try to make their way up to the 3D, but it's not you're blocking it, but there is some resistance that it's not allowing them to fully come to the 3D, just because that's not the proper expression of it, and you have to really let it go or even push it away, because that's not what you want, and you're gonna be guided, and evolution will be trying to bring those higher energies to the 3D. And this is the part we have no idea how it's gonna turn out. So that's why we are saying so many times, just stay humble, stay open, and stay prepared for the things that you cannot imagine, because those energies, once they start manifesting, there will be beyond your understanding, because there will be things that you didn't know how it was supposed to turn out. But only thing you can do is just to make sure that you're not blocking anything, and just really you're, if anything, you're holding space for this expression however way it wants to come in your life and it wants to manifest, because that's the only thing the evolution wants to do. So it's obvious that the evolution will be removing from your life people who are not matching your current higher vibrations. Because how you can bring those higher vibrations into the 3D if you have some low vibrational people around you that you are trying to build the proper connection with? So Maybe that's another reason why it's really okay to let people go, because especially when you feel something is off, just acknowledge that something is off and say to yourself like, this is too low. Like I'm evolved. I want to build a healthy connection. I need space for proper people to come to my life. And sometimes it means to not only to let people go, but just to really set those boundaries. So
These ways. Uh, be at peace with that. Allow them to see themselves, their faults in there. Allow them to understand what they did, whatever they did. But be at peace. A lot of the connections there, you have no closures. For those who doesn't have a closures in there, you need to learn how to forgive, particularly yourself. Okay. So look in this. The evolution is going to tell you so evolutionary ways of how to do that. Whatever you need to do to heal yourself, the evolution is going to bring it up to you. When it brings it up to you, it's all entirely up to you. Now the evolution plays the basketball. Okay, gives you the ball, and the ball passes to you, passing down balls in there. Okay. Once the evolution is telling you how to heal yourself within, how to heal things in there, what the patterns you need to break, how to improve it, and so she gives you the ball. It's like, okay, you do it. I show you how it is. Now you do it, and you play with the ball, and you go score. And then you give the ball to the evolution. So the evolution goes and says, like, okay, here how we need to score the next time. And that's how it goes. You have a relationship with the evolution. It's the same way you have the evolutions with your partner. This is a very beautiful understanding. You will find it, the beauty with this, as you are created out. Right? So this is how that is. But if you let it go with grudges, you're there like this, and so, and the evolution is going to be asking, what are you doing? You want to bring another person. You want to bring a person exactly like that. You haven't changed. You haven't learned the game. So the dignity and the self worth is great, and you have to use it in that. If you have any form of abuse, mental, emotional, or however it is, okay. And from that point, you gotta let it go. Let them deal with it, okay. You let it go. You forgive. You give them that energy. Let them see it what they are, because life is going to bring them the energy they did. They mirror it what's inside of them. You're going to see, and that's what the evolution wants you to change, you to evolve. You did that, you're not going to mirror this kind of like a negative energies anymore. You did that, congratulations, you're going in the next step. And but you also know this dignity and the self-worth of understanding what your worth as a soul, as a spirit here. Please, guys, have that dignity in yourself. You are came here to have that beautiful experience here. Respect it, and that respect there from a partner, it's a huge thing, because the proper partner will respect you there, okay, in the spirit, in the soul, and understanding. Is going to respect your relationship with the evolution as they respect you with your relationship with the evolution, because understanding the process, that is a master of the healing society of bringing some things up. This.
No, it's beautifully said. No, hopefully, like I don't want to repeat myself because I think I exhausted my part. All I'm all for really setting the right boundaries, and it's all gonna be mirrored to you. It's like just keep that in mind. Like however you way you treat yourself, that's what you're gonna be emanating and attracting back. So if there is any relationship is this big checkbox list that you just create your own list of values that you want to stick to, and you want to hold them because you want to start building relationships this way. And it doesn't really matter however many soul connection it takes for you to get there. Don't worry about the number. It's just care about the quality of the soul connections. You want to see this upward movement. It doesn't mean that from now on, after watching this video, your next soul connection will be the ultimate. No, these kind of things we never know, but we always need to know that we try to make it better. We try not to repeat old mistakes. We try not to neglect ourselves anymore. And all of that, you want to see this upward progress because what the universe is doing in evolution is guiding you. You may have several lessons with one connection, then again will be dissolving. But it's just because, oh, there is another healthy boundary you decided to put. Another person wasn't able to accept that. And then you may be continuing on your own for a little bit. And this you have to be okay as well. Always see those separation periods, separations from the soul connections in general, as a necessary period just to process those emotions and energies that you exchange with a given person. So if anything, that's my last words. Like, it just don't expect things to come up certain way, certain timeline, or however many people will be engaged with you as you go on the journey. Just stay open. It makes things easier.
That opens up a whole new topic in here. Don't expect nothing from your partner. He's gonna comes in. He's gonna be serving you this evolution in a golden platter in there. Okay, because some of the people you want your partner to do the work, and you just get the goodies without you processing in there, without this goes on within yourself. And with this energies right now, even particularly right now within the holidays, take your time. What are you gonna be celebrating? Of what did you did this year compared to the prior year? Would you step back in there? Would you reevaluate yourself? Because revolutions is re-evolving. Okay, but revolution is also evolution. Is this spinning, revolving, occurring processes. One revolution per minute. Take a one things at a time, guys. Because every time it comes something new, a new thought pattern, a new thought energy, a new way of you seeing things, a new understanding, and the next understanding, and the next understanding. And this is how this chain of events becomes that chain that pulls you up and up, takes you out of the pit. But at the same time, that change allows you to come down from the heaven. It changed the lives on the earth. That's what you're here for. Evolution, that's what you want. To be an artist at its heaven. It's all entirely up to you. Are you gonna make it a hell, or are you gonna make it a heaven? Very beautiful song. About this energy. That's what I'm saying. But guys, I want to wish you a happy holidays. I want to wish you from my heart to yours. Do your things, following the evolutions, following this process. Be love, sending that out there, and let the things happen naturally. Don't try gimmick, magics, and all that stuff. Naturally. guys, the beauty, the real beauty is finding within a natural path of events.
Mm.
That's all I want to give you guys. You love.
Those are the best gifts, right? And
Yep.
not expect unexpected gifts with open heart, open mind. Yeah, I wish everyone happy holidays as well. We're gonna see probably around New Year's event. Gonna be creating something special.
Something.
But take time for yourself and just enjoy. Don't overstress. The evolution has its own ways, anyways. It's already set up. So
It's already set up. All you
just
have to do is listen to the evolution, guys.
mm,
All right.